Hello and welcome to Elite Speakers Hiding Behind the Pages, 40 Women and Men interview series. I'm Chikeitha Owens.
And I'm Tracy Brooks, your other co-founder of Hiding Behind the Pages. Please be sure to like and subscribe and share the videos. You can find us at Facebook at Elite Speakers Prep Series, ESPS, and then you can find us on YouTube at Elite Speaker Prep Program. Please be sure to subscribe. Thank you for joining us today on another episode of Hiding Behind the Pages, 40 Women interview series.
So today we have a young lady, and she is going to be coming to us to share some information about how she turned a tumultuous lifestyle into success, into restoration, into healing, education, and leadership. And Miss Demetryas Pennegraph has an awesome testimony. So we're just going to welcome her on in, and we just thank you all for joining us with Hiding Behind the Pages.
Thank you so much, Demetria, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
All right. So Miss Demetria, I know that that we have kind of known each other over the years, kind of known of each other, but not really had a relationship. And then we connected, you know, through working through CPS and just been connected ever since.
Yes.
So I know that, you know, you shared a little bit with us about, you know, just your whole, your history as far as, you know, growing up and with the teen mom.
Mm-hmm.
So we would just like for you to just, you know, wherever you're comfortable, just share a little bit with us about your story.
Okay, well, I guess to begin, my story is mainly encompasses the idea of a continuation of moving. Just keep moving. Don't worry about what didn't get done or what could have happened or comparing yourself to others. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, and that will guide you to whatever the destiny is that God has for you.
Okay.
So, you know, in that, do I just continue? I, you know, grew up in a tumultuous time in a household that was pretty chaotic and busy. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. But even as a young girl, I never saw myself in the position of which I'm in today. And that is, I'm a certified school counselor. I have a master's of mental health counseling. And just to go backwards, I am I have a bachelor's degree in business administration, business management and administration. And I also have an associate of science in biology. And none of those things were aligned with what I thought I had for myself.
Wow.
So
That's awesome.
A story that I definitely like to share with others so that they can be motivated and know that regardless to what, if you just keep moving, it will fall in place.
Wow.
It will. And that is so, that sounds like you actually came from something to get through those degrees. What was the drive behind the motivation to want to obtain those many degrees after you moved so many times growing up and not being stable? What made you stable-minded enough to be able to stay the course, get the degree, go forward and be probably, like most Black households, the first person in your family to actually accomplish something as such?
Yes.
What was the drive behind that?
The drive was a desire to want more. As a young girl, I grew up exposed to better ways of life. My grandmother raised me, and she was what today would be called a forget the whole logistics of the right names, but she cleaned house.
Yeah.
And her mother, which was my great grandmother, did the same. So I grew up with my grandmother up until the middle school. And then during my middle school and the beginning of high school years, I lived with my great grandmother, who was also a house cleaner for a doctor, which again was well off. They all lived in Highland Park. So that exposure to seeing large homes filled with nice things, nice vehicles, and even at times reaping the benefits of that through my grandparents made me want more. And it let me know that there was something more out there. How to get there, they didn't know how to direct me, but me having that desire to want more, I always searched for it. I always went after it. And, it just, like I said, it aligned. When I went off to college, I started out with the desire to be a pharmacist. And that is due to the fact that thanks to my auntie, had assisted me in getting a job as a pharmacy technician at what once was Eckerd in Pleasant Grove. So I started out as a high school student working at Eckerd Pharmacy, got as a pharmacy technician. And during that time, you didn't have to be certified. At that place, I was exposed to young adults who were actually pharmacists. And so that was my desire. When I finished high school, I started out majoring in computer science. And of course, once I got there, learned that that wasn't the area for me. I wasn't prepared for it, although I was pretty good in my group with computer math and computer science. When I got to college, it was way above what I was prepared for. So from that, I switched over to pharmacy and continued to work, even transferred to the Eckerd in Huntsville because I attended Sam Houston State. And while working as a pharmacy technician at Eckerd, I pursued pre-pharmacy courses at Sam Houston State University. Wow. Took a lot of, I don't know, to continue, I can, or I can wait for prompting as far as the questioning and all. If I'm not saying
you're doing an awesome job. I'm just enjoying hearing your story. Just, hearing the triumph from, going through the things that you experienced in life. And then, like you said, just being able to put one foot in front of the other and to continue moving and continue striving for your goal. Yeah. Towards your goals. And then you're in an atmosphere right now around so many other youth that may be experiencing some of the same exact things and coming from the same exact background, and you're able to pour into them. And can you tell us a little bit, right now, how you are pouring into these youth? Because I know you are.
I am. It's the biggest joy to be able to give to students what I didn't get. I didn't get assistance in high school. I didn't meet my high school counselor, and I relate to these children. Actually, I'm at my alma mater where I graduated from. So that brings it to be even more of an emotional connection. My mother was addicted to crack cocaine when I was 10 years old. So that is kind of the background as to why my grandparents raised me. And many students here at the school where I am are exposed to it in some form or fashion, either parents, grandparents, or even, just the exposure. The community is infested with drugs, which includes cocaine, crack, you name it. So I'm, that I share my story. I'm authentic with them. I'm candid with them, and basically letting them know if I did it, that's actually my slogan. If I did it, you can do it too. So, wow. That's like the biggest.
That's so amazing.
It is.
And you're so right. You can do it if you just put your mind to it. And we just appreciate you going as deep as you did to let our viewers know that no matter how you were raised or what you missed out on in life, you can always replenish that by giving back what you didn't receive. And that's what I love about you. Although, we read your bio and it said that you're a long lifetime learner. And it's like, you got more degrees than
without planning.
Look, but that's what makes it so great. And to hear that, you were touched by so many women. So
Yes.
many women, it sounds like, were just praying for you and had their
Yes.
hands on you and kept
Yes.
pushing you, even though you didn't get that opportunity to get it from your mom, who was a little bit absent at times. But
Right.
Mhm.
look at you now, you're in a position to be that mom that you didn't
Yes.
receive to all those little ones in your presence on a daily. And
Mhm.
that's so amazing to me.
Yes,
That just
ma'am.
Yes.
that is the epitome of love. And I
Definitely.
thank you for that.
Yes. And so, can you tell us a little bit about? I know you mentioned about your what does the DYP for real stand for?
Well,
About that.
DYP is actually my initials.
Okay.
Demetryas Yvette Pennegraph, and
Uh-huh.
of course four, but the real represents the, I'm sorry, I'm stuck in my thoughts. I can't even think of my words right now, but basically it's like the recovery, but it's not recovery. And I know that's crazy for me not to know that, but recovery or educating basically. So the real is the REAL. So it's educating and learning or leading. Of course, I put some thought into this, and now here I am, can't even bring it to understanding, because the R is basically like reaching into a community that has been lost, that needs to be redirected, educating them and leading them to change. That's the
All
whole.
right.
So I
Wow.
mean, I have it here, and I'm gonna get it before we end this. But that's basically it. That I am for changing lives. I am for educating others. I am for leading and teaching them how to lead.
Okay.
Absolutely. That's
That's
awesome.
awesome. Yes.
So
Very-
you are a woman of seeking knowledge and presenting knowledge as well. And I know that once you get that acronym down, what that really stands for, we're
I
gonna love
have
it.
it.
We're gonna love it because what you have gone through, Miss
Yes.
Demetria, is something so amazing and something so tumultuous that every child in America has had to deal with addiction in one form or another in their
Mm-hmm.
household.
Very true.
And not all have overcome and become achievers, not only just an achiever, but a high achiever in society and
Mm-hmm.
wanting to give back. Rather, they take from society and be
Hmm.
more of a menace to society.
Right.
So with your track record of constantly feeding oneself,
Hmm.
constantly pouring into yourself, and adhering to the prayers that were thrown up for you by those women who touched your
Mm-hmm.
life, again, you get to give back every day. And that is such a wonderful thing. So I want to ask you one thing, Demetria.
Sure.
If there's a woman or a man out there, even a child watching this video right now,
Mm-hmm.
watching this interview, what is the one thing, and they're going through, they've gone through their, with their mom or their father, it could be the father's away at prison, whatever the case may be. When you have an absent parent in the home and you have other people in the family raising you, what, looking back, what are some strength words or encouraging words that you can give our listening audience?
Well, first of all, whatever your higher power is, because of course, I could definitely say the Lord God, because that's who I worship. But knowing that He has greater things for me, that and moving in that direction. And that's when what TD Jake says, you're doing it scared. Even when you don't know, continue. Even when you
Yeah.
don't know, keep stepping and keep moving. And the right people will align and come in, and they may not stay for long, because I was attached to
Yes.
everybody, like wanting to hold on to friends, but they serve their purpose and then they move forward. And then you're able to reflect back and say, okay, well, that's what their person was, or this person. But,
Mm-hmm.
a higher power. And of course, you know, I'm Christian, so I believe in God, and that is what drives me. So if you just lean on that and trust it, even when you don't trust it, what I'm saying is, when you're scared, keep moving. Just go
Right.
scared. Do it scared. That's TD Jakes.
I love it. I love it. So, Miss Pennegraph, I know you mentioned, are you currently working on a book of some sort right now, or have something in the making?
Yes, I am. And that book encompasses a snippet of what we're referencing even now.
Okay.
Just one step in front of the other, my entire walk. And I know we don't have time to even give you the details, but when you learn of the small things that meant such large things, then, you know, it'll make sense to you through a book. And I feel like even those small stories would be relatable.
Okay. That's awesome. And so, do you have a place where on social media where our viewers will be able to reach out to you if they had any questions about any of the things that you have going on right now?
Actually, I do. I do have an email address where I can be reached, which is Dip for Real. That's DYPFORREAL at gmail.com. And for real represents restoring, educating, and leading towards change. That restoring, I could.
I love it.
I also have a Twitter handle, which is also Dip for Real, DYPFORREAL. That's my Twitter account. I have an Instagram account, which is the same. And I believe that's it for now.
Okay.
Because Snapchat, that's for the kids, but yeah.
Snapchat.
Feel free to reach out. I mean, if it's okay, I would even share my phone number. I don't know if that's would be appropriate or safe, but I'm reachable through the dip for real at gmail.com.
Okay.
Amazing, amazing. That is such an amazing testimony, Ms. Demetria. And we just want to thank you again for joining us, for having the courage to step up and get off from behind those pages. Because as you know, there is a ministry in your misery, and someone needs to hear what you have to say today. So we appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule from the little ones to come and join us.
Thank you for
here
having
at Elite
Thank
Speakers.
you. Yes.
It's been a pleasure, guys, and you know, I would love to share more if opportunity prevails itself. But meanwhile, stay encouraged and know that there is a purpose for your life. Just keep moving. Just keep moving. Do it scared.
Yes. Love it.
I love it. I love it as well. Wow. Do it scared, y'all. Y'all heard it here first. This is Tracy Brooks, your co-founder.
And Chikeitha Owens.
And this is Hiding Behind the Pages, 40 Women Interview Series with Ms. Demetria. Thank you so much for joining us today. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was such an amazing interview. Thank you so much, Demetria, for joining us today on another episode of Hiding Behind the Pages. Don't y'all forget to like, share, subscribe. Wow, you know, her testimony, Chikeitha, I just saw the look in your eyes, and it was like, wow, you know, she's overcome a lot. And that one thing that stuck out was just keep going. You know, no matter what happens, just keep moving forward, and don't stop. So I hope that really penetrated in someone's heart, that no matter what, just keep going.
Yes. And I love the fact that she, you know, had the courage to want to come and, you know, be interviewed by Elite Speakers and share her story, you know, and share her pain, and just be able to also share, you know, how she's been able to overcome and triumph through all of the trials that she has experienced in her life. So I'm just so excited, you know, about her upcoming book and everything that she's doing, because I just know it's going to be awesome and it's going to be great. So definitely we want to tune in and make sure we continue to follow her.
Absolutely. And you can do that by following us and subscribing to our YouTube channel at
Yes.
Elite Speakers Prep Program on YouTube, and go and like us on Facebook at Elite Speakers Prep Series ESPS. Again, that's Elite Speakers Prep Series ESPS. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Elite Speakers Hiding Behind the Pages. I'm your co-founder, Tracy Brooks.
And Chikeitha Owens.
And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.